How are we doing? Oh, what an amazing place this is. I've obviously done a couple of videos up here before. I'm at the RSPB headquarters up at Sandy Lodge in Bedfordshire, which is about 20 miles away from where I live. And just come out today, I'm on the other side of the heath. It's an amazing place, it really is. I'm going to show you a little bit the actual heath. It's part of a big wooded area, but what they're trying to do is they're taking it back to a more natural heathland environment. And I've mainly come out today just for a bit of time out and to spot some wildlife and just chill out really, because it's beautiful, it really is. But what I've specifically come here to go to one tree. How crazy is that? One tree, but there's more on that in a little bit. Let me just show you the view. So here we are. I'll just come out a little bit. The main heath, and that is over there, which I'll take you out onto in a little minute. And there's a little bit of a ridge going down here, and just down there, I don't know if you can just make it out, just where my finger's pointing. They've put in a couple of ponds, they've created some ponds, and I just sat down there was a bench there, but I just got a little bit closer. Excuse me. And I got like this close on getting a couple of really cool pictures on some dragonflies that were just staying on this reed. It's pretty cool. Absolutely love this place. Where is it? There's a buzzard. There you go. There's a buzzard just going over. I absolutely love this place. I'm going to take you out onto the heath and just show you a little bit of the fauna and the flora. I also love coming here because they've got ravens here. They've had ravens for about 5 or 6 years, and I see them on most of the occasions that I come over here, but I'm not too bothered if I don't actually get here and see them today. But yeah, I've literally just come out to enjoy a bit of time surrounded by a beautiful landscape and nature, and to go to one tree, and I'll take you over there in a minute. Tune back in. Bye. So I've just brought myself out into the actual heath. I'm on one of the clearways that they've created for like fire breaks and that. Not really meant to be in here, but I'm just being careful. I'm being quite subtle. Just keeping myself out of the way. But the beauty of this is, to say, this is at Sandy Lodge. Now, it actually gets its name from the topography that we're on. So on the heath is very, very sandy, and the nature of the land where we are is it forms part of what's known as the green sand ridge, which is a great sandy topography area that runs for about sort of 20 miles along. This heathland is absolutely fantastic in terms of wildlife. The amount of insect species and butterflies and moths is unbelievable. There's so many wild flowers and that about as well, and yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. I absolutely love it. So you get lizards up on here, and there's ravens that nest over in the pine and that over there, and they've been there, as I say, for about 5 years now. Buzzards, the actual bit that I'm walking just off is called the Buzzard Trail. But yeah, I absolutely love this place. I'm now going to take you over to the one tree that I've come for. We'll tune back in a minute. Bye. This is what I've come for. This tree. Doesn't really look like a tree, does it? I've come all the way for this one tree. There are many others out there, but none quite like this. Let me show you why. So, the beauty of the heathland is that because they're recreating the heathland, they take down every year hundreds and hundreds of silver birch saplings that are growing up to create more of a natural environment out in the heath. And throughout the woods there are loads and loads and loads of silver birch trees. And it's one of the reasons why I come to Sandy Lodge, Because there's live trees, there's ones that have recently just gone down, and as you know, the silver birch tree is absolutely amazing for its birch bark, burning qualities, for the actual timber, and this is why this tree here is absolutely fantastic. I'm going to show you why. Okay, let's just change that tripod. So this is a really old silver birch tree that's dead and died, and the trunk is all broken down. There's timber everywhere. Okay, obviously it's just like one half of the trunk that you're seeing, and it's all collapsed down on the floor. So down here we have all the internal parts of the timber, and I come across this a little while ago, and there are another couple of trees just in the same sort of decomposing state as this, and this stuff is absolutely brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So what I tend to do is I always come along and I grab a few pieces. I'm never taking too much from one area, and I think that's really important in a natural environment and landscape. You never take too much from one area. So I'm just going to pop you on pause a second. Oh. So I've just got myself some bits of this. As I say, I'm never taking too much of it. The reason I take this is the bits that break down and crumble on it, the badgers come along and they scrape into it and they pull more of it down, so some of it gets spread quite out, and obviously what they're looking for is grubs. I tend to take really dry bits, ones that don't have too much signs of like insect life and that on it. So I've got myself a few bits of this to take. I've popped the side pouches onto the stubborn pack. Little black bag. I'll whack this stuff in here. That way, by keeping it all in the bag, if there are any little invertebrates, if there are any little insects, wood louse, wood lice, anything like that that's in there, I might have a bit too much actually. When I get home, I'll give it a good shake and I'll let that all settle in the bag, and then what I'll do is I'll put it out on a piece of canvas out in my garden, and I will then be able to just deposit any insects that are in this old bit of timber, and put them out in the garden where I've got a load of dead wood and that, so they'll be alright, you know. That's it. Yeah, I think I've got enough. I've got the other side of the pouch as well, but I think that if I break that one in half, yeah, still a little bit damp, but say what I'll do is before I start to use this, I will dry it out. So yeah, this is what I've actually just come up here for, which sounds pretty bonkers, but there's a few other trees like that. Not quite in that state, but getting towards it, and I'll take from other areas. And this stuff burns really well. It does. It's very fibrous. Okay, it's really, this is a little bit damper, but it's really fibrous. It kind of almost acts, you know, like them little fuel logs that you get in like petrol stations and that. This almost acts as almost like a natural one of those. So it's just good to come out here today. I've had a really good wander around, spotted some amazing wildlife, butterflies galore, dragonflies, the bird life is fantastic. The fauna and the flora here is simply stunning. So yeah, I come here purely because of the silver birch, and the beauty of where that tree is just there, okay, just behind it there are some fallen down silver birch, and what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to harvest some bark. But I just thought I'd bring you out, give you a little idea of what I've come out to do in it today. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, thanks for following my channel. Remember to leave a like, a good old thumbs up if you like the vid, leave a comment. You know, I always do my best to reply back to everyone. Share the channel, and as you know, I share your channels and I comment back on yours as well. So spread the word. It's all about what our community is about, is learning and engaging within our community. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you later. Bye. See you later.